I share the outrage of Mr. O'Brien, and I think every other decent person. It's one of the most shocking actions I think that's happened in this country in a long time, that a political headquarters of one of our great national parties is not free from this kind of invasion. Apparently an effort not only to monitor the office, but to copy the files, to destroy the privacy of one of our major political parties. But I must say that it's the legacy of years of wiretapping and snooping and violation of privacy in which the government itself has been too deeply involved. I think Mr. Mitchell, as Attorney General, and some of his subordinates have encouraged too free a use of wiretaps and invasions of this kind, supposedly in the name of security. But this trend, if not stopped, actually moves us in the direction of a kind of a quasi-fascism in which nothing is any longer sacred, in which a person's files, his home, his office, the most private concerns become victimized by the wiretapper and the snooper, in this case apparently by people trained by the United States government, former CIA personnel, one man who apparently was involved in providing security for the Republican National Committee itself. But I think it is the kind of thing that we're going to have more of in this country if the Department of Justice and the United States government itself does not put some greater restraints on its own activities in snooping and prying into the private lives of the citizens of this country. What I regret about this whole effort of the Nixon administration is that there's an obvious indication that they're running it according to their own election timetable. Now, if in fact the president pulls off a negotiated settlement of this war on the eve of the 1972 campaign, his own re-election bid, one can only say that 20,000 lives have been lost in the meantime, American lives, another $75 billion spent, tens of thousands of people killed in Southeast Asia, and frankly that's an enormous price to pay for continuing this war needlessly for the past 4 years. So the great regret, whether the war ends or whether it doesn't in 1972, is that it didn't end in 1969.